Today actually was a really good time that we had here presentation by GHD. First, it's good to have the GHD Limited on board now for the detailed design. This is the detailed design for the stage 2 of the Mato Vai project. It's a great milestone of the Mato Vai projects to have the team on board. One great thing about it is it's a team of expertise, 12 members, which is 8 international and 4 locals. Even the 4 locals that are involved in the team are also very experienced locals. It is a very interesting process, but we are really looking forward, starting from today, in the presentation that was conducted by the treatment specialist, that we've seen some really positive things coming through, and we're hoping that we'll see the fruits of all these designs in the very near future. GHD's design team contract is 7 months. It should be all completed by the end of January next year, 2015. But before it's completed, the series of construction tenders will be advertised starting from hopefully September, October this year.
My name is Jeff Mills. I'm the water treatment specialist for GHD on the Mato Vai project. We've got 2 main challenges to meet. We have to ensure there's sufficient flow of water to meet the demand of the communities, and also we have to meet the water quality requirements. In my first visit to the Cook Islands, I've met with many people who have given us much information on what is happening with water quality, with water treatment, with water flow, and so far we've been out and looked at all the 12 sites. We've participated with the ICI team. They've given us a lot of feedback, a lot of information, and we're slowly getting an understanding of the sources. Most of the time the water quality at the intakes is very good. When there's no rain, the water runs down through the gravels and it's very hard to find sometimes. When it rains, the water goes very dirty, and that's our problem in terms of treatment. Suspended solids, turbidity, just plain dirtiness, that makes the water unacceptable for using for washing, for drinking, for just general purposes. So our main objective in treating that water is to make certain that it's suitable for all purposes. You can drink, you can wash clothes, you can use it for all household uses. Our key task in this project is to try and stabilise the water quality so that we can keep the costs down in terms of our treatment system. We're looking at everything from sophisticated systems down to simple systems, and the general consensus view at the moment is to keep the system simple, and we're trying to do that, keep the construction costs down to a minimum, trying to keep the process requirements down to a minimum. And although we have come to no conclusions at the moment, what we will find is that we have a simple system. It'll be tanks to settle the sediment, to stabilise water quality, so we can put a very effective filtration system in. The issue of disinfection has become high up the priority in terms of our consideration of what we need to do, and the community has told us that at this stage they don't require the system to be disinfected. They have objection to chlorine, which is a standard disinfectant to be used, and when we look at the other options like UV light treatment, the cost, the power requirements and all those issues that go with it sort of preclude putting UV in as a disinfection system. So what we're looking for is getting the flow to the right parts of the system, getting good quality, consistent quality, and our underlying principle for doing this is to look at it's a pressure requirement. Our initial thoughts are maybe there's enough water there coming from the sources, but because of the levels of the sources and the different requirements, there's not enough pressure to get this water out to the areas that we want to get it out to. It's a different scenario to working in the likes of New Zealand or Australia, where cost is a different set of objectives to meet. Here we're dealing with a reluctance to do anything with the water supply, but everyone recognises that the water supply needs to be improved, the water quality for use needs to be improved, so therefore trying to find something cost effective and appropriate is the key word.
I'm Evan Mason. I'm from GHD, and my role is to head up the design team, which will design put together the plans, identify the options and technical solutions for upgrading the water supply for Rarotonga. It's been a very exciting few weeks since we found that we had won the contract to do this job, and I know on behalf of our design team that we are very excited about the opportunity of coming here to Rarotonga and working with local counterparts here, our key members of our team, in helping to design the team. We'll be looking at designing new pipelines that will provide water at a greater pressure. We're looking at upgrading the intake so that we can capture as much water as possible, and we're looking at building additional storage in the system which will ensure that you will all have water more reliably. So I'm really looking forward to working on this project, and you should expect to see some construction activity happening before the end of the year.